I saw one more time, but I think.
So no, I went to it as well. That was my deal. Good catch. First, I thought this was for the arena, but it thought it was. Oh, sorry, that's right. It's 5:30. I will call the regular council meeting of December 9th, 2024 to order. Roll call, please. Jarvis.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Beauregard.
Here.
Kramer. Brown. Here. Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next up on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve that? Support, okay, there's a motion and a support. All those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Motion carried. That brings us to number 7, guest and citizens forum. Is there anyone who'd like to stand up and say anything tonight?
Nancy, well, I'd just like to know if you guys have looked any more into ways to help pay for the arena and for the painting of the, rather than just expecting the citizens to pay for it.
Yeah, you were.
Especially since, well, most of us citizens don't use either one.
I know we always talk about different ways to try to get revenue. for
Well,
the
I mean,
arena.
has Becky looked into anything that we can do as a city?
For the arena project?
Mhm.
Yeah, we're always looking at different things we can do to make more money there, to get funding to help that.
I mean, have we looked at not donations, but sponsorships? Have we looked into naming the building after somebody? Have you looked?
Yeah, we've had that discussion and we have to, there's certain rules we have to make sure we follow, but that is certainly one of the things we've been discussing and we're gonna move
And
forward.
with the paint, are we planning on paying the 30,000 to paint them, or is somebody else gonna raise the funds for that?
For painting.
Painting the.
Pickleball. Oh, pickleball, sorry, I was on your reading, sorry. The chamber gave a donation.
I know they paid a portion of it,
15,000,
yeah.
I believe it was, I think it's 15,000.
And then are the pickleball players gonna try and do some
I
fundraising?
have not had any response from them. I sent one email and I'll follow up on that. We'll do ongoing conversation, but yeah, I'll definitely keep
I
on
mean,
them.
as citizens, we can't continue to pay for all this stuff that we don't use.
Well, if we didn't have it in our community, we wouldn't have people visiting and playing, so I mean, we do have to keep.
Well, really and
And then
really
it's
truly, how many
here,
people
so.
come here to play pickleball?
I've never done a survey, but.
I've seen on Facebook, they go to Virginia, how many people, what, I mean, the arena is used rarely other than for little kids hockey. So I mean, I'm just, and I'm not against it, I had the arena the whole time I was growing up and I love the arena. I'm just saying that we can't sit back and be complicit and expect the people of this town to continue to pay for things that we're not using. I don't mind helping pay for it because they helped pay for it when I was a kid. But I don't think you can, you know, back then they had somebody that was marketing it to people all the time and they were pulling in money and they were selling concessions and they were, I mean, they were finding ways to pay for it other than taxes. That's all I'm saying.
We have had previous discussions with marketing the arena. We didn't feel it was in a good position to, as of the recent years, with all the issues with the ice plant. But with that being repaired, it will definitely be brought up again.
Also, I know you have a marketing firm. What do they do?
We only asked for proposal from a
Yeah, we
marketing
don't
firm.
have a marketing firm.
We asked for
Well, how much are
proposal.
we paying them a year then for that?
We don't have a marketing firm.
Well, I know that the joint boards has one.
I don't know.
Because anytime you go to the East Range Joint Boards, it'll throw you on to this corporate site of another site.
They changed our powers board.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we consult with North Van Group out of Duluth. They're our economic development coordinator, but they don't market.
And they don't, what do we pay them?
$37.50 a quarter, that would be.
The city pays, city contributes $15,000 towards the East Range Joint Powers Board.
It's not a marketing board though, it's the economic community development.
But
so
what
we
is-
do
what is your
marketing
return?
initiatives.
That's all I'm saying is what's your return? What kind of return are we getting on that? If they're not bringing people to town or they're not, what is the return? Are we spending $15,000 and getting nothing? That's all. I just would like to know what kind of return we're getting on some of this stuff.
When companies are looking to build or expand or anything like that, they go through companies like Northspan and they tour all the different
And so they've
industrial
had
parks.
people here touring
We've had people here touring,
through the North Span.
Yes.
yes,
How many in the past 2 years?
3 that I know of.
3 in 2 years?
but it's just
And it
one of
was
those.
$30,000, so that was $10,000 a tour. I'm just saying there's some things that we need to look at because our taxes are getting out of control. And you're about to raise them again.
Thanks, yeah, thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to say anything before we move on? All right, reports from staff, city administrator Labby.
I have received an update from St. Louis County. The IRRR is releasing the monies to them without the bond issuance, and the county will still be reimbursed. They're currently working through the investigation process. After they receive the results, they'll be able to put out a request for bids for remediation and demolition next year. The MPCA is also mobilizing to remove an underground tank in the area. And just a reminder, that is St. Louis County property, not city of Village.
All right, next we have Public Works Director Setzinger.
Not much for me. We've obviously hit winter. Just want to remind people about calendar parking rules. Also, if you have a hydrant in your yard and you have leaks, to keep it clear. We along with the fire department, do appreciate that. And I'd like to thank the Ranger Snowmobile Club for the assistance. They came out, last week, the week before, and helped us, make our brush mower, do the edges of all 7 miles of our bike trails. So, that goes more backwards and really helped today. You always have low hanging branches with wet heavy snow, but things were much better today than they had in the past.
All right, thank you. City Attorney, Joel, you have anything for us tonight?
Joe. Thank you.
All right. Reports from elected officials, Counselor Borger,
Nothing today.
Counselor Scott,
Nothing.
Counselor Darrow.
Nothing.
And I have nothing to report tonight either. So 11.1, approve plumbing estimate for repair of water heaters at the Quick Lakes Wellness Center.
You received an email from me. It was an emergency repair done at the White Lakes Wellness Center. We are required to have hot water at the facility, and so our options were replace it with a 3 tankless units or replace it with the same tank unit that failed after 5 years. And so we did opt to go with a cheaper option, which was the 3 tankless units. As you can see, we have approved the quote. I'm just looking for formal approval from you today, as it is outside of the budget amounts, but it was an emergency repair that needed to get completed.
All right, I know we all got an email about that last week. Is there any other questions about it?
Would you happen to know the cost of the original unit?
Like when we put it 5 years ago?
Yeah,
I do not have that information, but it was significantly cheaper.
this option is cheaper
The one we put in several years ago, if we were to replace it with the same unit, it was gonna be about 30,000.
Is there any sort of estimate or guarantee on how long this will last us, or?
If you can get any company to buy that, that would be phenomenal. They try the best they can. They usually have a year or 2 warranty on them, but not much past that.
Other questions? Is there a motion to get that water heater installed?
I'll make that.
Any
Can we
motion?
ask how much that was?
Is there a second to finish our,
I'll second.
been a motion and a second, in favor?
Aye.
All those. Sorry, none opposed, motion carried. It is in the packet, it's $26,000. 11.2, pay requests from Max Grade Construction in the amount of $139,388 for the wellness center upgrades.
I do have a note on there to request that the engineer provide a percentage complete, from here on out, and so I will ask them to submit that along with their, cover sheets.
The third pay request for the contracted amount, is there a motion to pay that bill?
I'll make that motion.
There's been a motion, is there a second?
No second that.
A second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 11.3, resolution 2024-31, adopting the final 2025 levy.
The city council had budget meetings this summer. You approved your preliminary levy. You held your truth in taxation meeting on the 25th of November. And so this is to approve that final levy. This resolution is the final levy, the next resolution is the final budget. We talked about the levy and budget at all those meetings.
All right, is there a motion to approve the 2025 tax levy?
I'll make that motion.
There's a motion, I'll second that. We had many meetings discussing it, so I don't know if there's any other questions. There's a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. And then resolution for the 2025 budget. Again, as Becky said, we covered it at all our meetings, if there's any other questions. Otherwise, I'll need a motion. Is there any motion to accept the 2025 budget?
I'll make that motion.
Dr. Gorga, is there a second? I will make that motion. There's been a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 11.5, 2025 tobacco licenses. There's 3 of them. J-Way is the Haven Bar and Grill, Edwards Oil is Lucky 7, and then the Family Dollar.
And it is pending all documents being submitted and background checks cleared.
Are those, or did we have more than that, in 2024?
Yes, you also had, Butters Market.
Did we do a variance then to, Family Dollar?
Tobacco is allowed, THC is not.
So this is just the tobacco license?
Yeah, they did,
Yeah.
they did not do THC.
Is there a motion to approve those liquor licenses?
No, these are back.
Tobacco, sorry. Moving on, tobacco licenses, is there a motion?
I'll make that.
A motion, is there a second?
I'll support.
Motion and support, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. 11.6 would be the cannabis license application, again, subject to all documents, being turned in and background checks cleared. Those are for the Haven Bar and Grill and Lucky 7, which again, most are current. There's not a new application, they're current ones for the cannabis product. Is there a motion to approve those license applications?
Support.
Support, all those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Motion carried. Short and sweet meeting, is there anything else?
I've got a couple of questions. Whatever happened to the little cabin that used to sit down in front of the shopping center?
That was owned by the chamber and they disposed of it as Mother's Market was paying property taxes on it and they no longer wanted to do that.
So the city was not involved?
No, the city did not own it.
Okay. And then, kind of a dumb one, but on the new basketball court, there's been 5 basketballs still left on the court. I almost picked them up one day to return to the arena, that, well, what if they are owned by kids in town? Are they belonging to the arena, or are they just some kids that left
I
on?
think they're just kids.
Okay, I wasn't gonna pick them up without finding out.
They get deflated, it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been turned in, I guess, you know, like basketball.
Well, yeah, exactly right.
Anything else before we adjourn? All right, take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
But a motion, is there a second?
Support.
Motion and support, all those in favor?
All right.
Motion carried. Our next meeting is the 23rd, and that'll start the public forum.